Welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Turbo Enhancement Championship. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my testing of the speed, the boost, and the acceleration of all of our contestants. I decided to keep it simple and do the same thing I did in the first video, and we're just going to go in order from first place to last place, and I will tell you guys the results for each car. Things have certainly changed a lot since last episode, so prepare yourselves. Starting off in first place is the Medusa, with a top speed of 225 miles per hour, 27.4 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 3.984. In second place, we have the Gargoyle, which had a top speed of 186 miles per hour, 20.2 psi of boost, and 0 to 60 time of 4.084 seconds. In third place, we have the Stag Twin Turbo, with a top speed of 187 miles per hour, 15.3 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 5.45. In fourth place, we have the Super Altair, with a top speed of 182 miles per hour, 14.1 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 5.181. In fifth place, we have the Interceptor Turbo, with a top speed of 186 miles per hour, 9.7 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 4.216. In sixth place, we have the Sprint Turbo, with a top speed of 170 miles per hour, 15 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 6.3. In seventh, we have the Biscuit Turbo, with a top speed of 148 miles per hour, 26.1 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 5.583. In eighth, we have the Twin OCS, with a top speed of 192 miles per hour, 23.4 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 4.449. In ninth, we have the DRX, with a top speed of 172 miles per hour, 29 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 6.65. In 10th, we have the Buster Grand Commando, with a top speed of 154 miles per hour, 14.2 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 3.73. In 11th, we have the SMC, with a top speed of 163 miles per hour, 15.3 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 5.247. In 12th, we have the Crosstown, with a top speed of 158 miles per hour, 24.7 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 5.034. I think this is probably a good time to mention now that at any point during the speed testing, if the car would just completely lose control no matter what, I would try to mark the top speed as the speed at which I lost control, or like just before. But anyway, in 13th, we have the Autobahn HR, with a top speed of 182 miles per hour, 14.4 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 3.518. In 14th, we have the Western Export, with a top speed of 194 miles per hour, 9.1 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 4.8. In 15th, we have the 550 GTT with a top speed of 189 miles per hour, 8.1 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 3.716. In 16th, we have the VLM 5000 with a top speed of 158 miles per hour, 25.1 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 5.999. In 17th, we have the S400 with a top speed of 178 miles per hour, 11.5 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 3.6. In 18th, we have the Akihiro with a top speed of 151 miles per hour, 43.2 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 6.418. In 19th, we have the Sunshine GTI with a top speed of 162 miles per hour, 9.8 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 4.116. In 20th, we have the Bandit 2.0 with a top speed of 185 miles per hour, 14.6 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 5.401. In 21st, we have the Meskwaki with a top speed of 191 miles per hour, 10 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 4.599. In 22nd, we have the Sprinter Turbo R with a top speed of 185 miles per hour, 10.3 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 time of 5.484. In 23rd, we have the Jupiter Turbo with a top speed of 158 miles per hour, 11.6 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 5.332. In 24th, we have the MK1 Sport with a top speed of 134 miles per hour, 5.1 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 5.549. In 25th, we have the Ruta Sport Turbo with a top speed of 160 miles per hour, 12.6 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 6.666. In 26th, we have the Ceylon with a top speed of 124 miles per hour, 8.8 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 6.851. And in 27th, we have the Lince 2.5T with a top speed of 132 miles per hour, 12.3 psi of boost, and a 0 to 60 of 8.651. So, after our performance testing, things have certainly changed a lot. Here is everybody's results in order from highest speed to lowest speed. These are the results in order from highest boost to lowest boost. And lastly, here are the scores in order from highest acceleration to lowest acceleration. And here is our new updated scoreboard. Sadly, many of the cards that did great in price and market have fallen very far. Don't think you're done for yet though, because there's other categories like the fuel and the looks and the crash and the braking where you could definitely still do good even if you aren't, just the fastest car in the world. In episode 3, we will be doing hot lap testing. I forget the name of it, but I think I'm going to do the same course from the Turbo Discovery Challenge. Obviously, I know the course well, and it makes it so you can easily compare to last championship if you were a part of it, so I think that's definitely the best option. I think that's everything I got today though, so I will see you guys in episode 3.
Let's go.